Hello, everybody. Welcome to the channel. I am your host, Baby Arugula, and this is the first video that we're doing together. Even more exciting, this is the first musical project that we're working on together. It is incredibly special for me to be able to share my creativity with you, not just through finishing a product and putting it on BandCamp or SoundCloud or Spotify or whatever for you to listen to or purchase, but to actually go through the process of creating something with you. So basically, I have an idea. I have a few musical ideas. I have like a riff, I have some chords and a beat. And we're going to be putting together this song, this track, writing the parts, mixing, you name it, the whole shebang. I have it started a little bit, but we're pretty much going to be starting from scratch for the most part. Yeah, I'll be working in Logic Pro X, but the techniques that I'll be using will still apply to any other DAW that you may be using. We're going to have some live guitar parts, some live bass, pretty much any instruments that I know how to play. I like to play myself, but we definitely will be using. I don't use loops too often, but we're in an electronic era, so there's plenty of samples. Obviously, I can't play every instrument myself. But yeah, I want to thank you all so much for joining me on this creative endeavor. And I hope, well, for one, I hope that you enjoy the music I'm writing. However, even if you don't, I hope you still stick around, and I hope that this series is generally entertaining, if not educational. I know it'll be at least a little educational for me. I'm still young and new with everything that I do, so I'm still learning pretty much every step of the way, even though I have a fair amount of experience under my belt at this point, sort of. But yeah, I want to thank you all so much for joining me, and let's jump right into it. So, as I said in the intro, I'm learning every step of the way here. I've been working with bands for a long time. I've had a band since high school. I've recorded a few other bands, and I've been producing electronically for 4 years. So, on the purely musical side of things, I'm reasonably experienced for someone my age. But when it comes to screen recording and making videos and live streaming and doing all of this other stuff in combination with music editing, I'm still figuring a lot of things out, so expect the quality of the videos to improve as time goes on, and potentially drastically improve. This is the setup that made the most sense to me for this first video, but I haven't done this before yet, so obviously I'm gonna refine my technique as we move on through the series. But anyway, I've already started this project a little bit because I wanted to get some ideas down before I forgot them. So here is the beat that I came up with. So kind of a standard 4/4 beat, but there's this little kind of hop going on. Right, and then again. So it's kind of, it sort of repeats every 5 bars, sort of, but not quite, but I kind of like that. And then, so this keyboard, I'm not the greatest keyboard player, but I was able to play this, and then I just went in, I just looped it, kept it simple, because I just wanted to get these ideas down before I forgot them. But here's what I have so far. Right, so kind of pentatonic based, but also with the fourth as a major there. And then I have a guitar riff. This all came from a very simple pentatonic guitar riff that I came up with, and then I was like, oh, I'm kind of hearing other things in here. And then I was kind of experimenting with thirds and really liked right here this note, this A. Right, so we're in C minor, and this A is a major third above F, which is the fourth. So normally, if we're in C minor, the fourth chord would be an F minor, not an F major. So that means we're in fuck, I don't even know what mode we're in now, but with minor third with a natural 6. It's not Dorian, is it? Does Dorian? No, Alien has the flat 6. Dorian has a flat 7. We do have a flat 7 in this key, but it has a natural 6. So I think we're in C minor Dorian. Correct me if I'm wrong. This is off the top of my head. Normally I would whip out my guitar and actually figure it out, because I know the patterns, I just don't know the words off the top of my head. Anyway, so yeah, so that's what we have. And let's just duplicate this software instrument track. I'm just going to lay down a simple bass line. So another thing that I wanted to mention that I forgot, speaking of kind of learning as we go and figuring out the logistics of how to actually make this work, you're going to be hearing everything in mono for the time being. So until I figure out a better way to do this. So here's the keyboard, right? On the right side, can't hear a thing, right? Pretty much. So that's that. So this episode, we're just going to get our ideas out there, or at least for tonight. It's getting kind of late, so I'm not going to record this whole video right now, but I just want to get started. So let's go ahead and pick out our sound that we're looking for. This is the Mark 1 from Addictive Keys. My keyboard's a little wobbly, so I use a Trident piece of gum to support it. Okay, let's go ahead and hit record. See, it's that last little bit we keep fucking up on. Let's get it one more time. It's a little stiff, but we're getting better. Let's just try it one more time. Let's get rid of that note. So some of our notes are getting lost a little bit. I'm still not that experienced of a keyboard player. This also is a pretty cheap keyboard, so even though it does have velocity sensitivity, the keys aren't weighted. It's kind of, it feels kind of random, to be honest. Like, if you hit it hard, obviously it's gonna have a high velocity, but it's just not the easiest to control, especially for someone with my level of experience. But I'm okay with that for now. That's fine. Do we want to go in and actually chop this up a little bit? Let's do some work on this. See, that's the part that we struggle with right there. Having the force on that second F, F sharp, F, E flat, or G flat, I guess you could call it, instead of F sharp. But that's why we work with MIDI. So let's take a look here. We don't need this note. Let's go ahead and zoom in a little bit. We'll deal with the velocity in a little bit. You know what? I do kind of feel compelled to quantize some of these, like that one can be moved back just a little bit. Like, I don't need them to be perfect, but seems like that's about as close as they're gonna get. This one should be later, though. I think I'd rather have them a little bit behind than a little bit ahead. Dun-dun-dun. I don't mind being a little slow and sloppy on those as well. Probably turn that one down a little bit and turn this one. You know, I think I will work with the automation here. I was gonna do the trick, you know, you go down to, what is it? Functions, MIDI transform, and then you do random velocity and you set the range and yada yada, but I think actually I'd rather do it by hand. I think this first one, we're already pretty much maxed out, but... and then we can increase you a little bit too. This one kind of pokes out at you. Turn that one down a little bit. And then this one, I like it quiet actually, but I'll turn it up a little bit. This one needs to be on time. It's a little too late there. Try a little bit early. It's still kind of sticking out. This one can come down a little bit. I like these low C's being at max velocity though. I think that's the way to go. It feels a little bit harder than it needs to be. Kind of all of those do, but maybe these ones a little bit up. I don't want to rush on that. So we can bring all of them back just a little bit. And then you got to be louder. So let's turn off our loop here. You can come down a little bit. You can come up a little bit. And then this guy can come up a little bit. This one might be a little early, maybe. This guy could be a little late, maybe. Okay, so this guy's a little late. So these ones I think can have a little more force to them. And then these three can all be brought down a wee bit. This kind of lead note here, right here, we'll just quantize that one. You will be brought down. Oh, whoa. Definitely don't need this note here, that's for sure. You can go way up. This guy still needs to come down. And I think I'll bring you down a little bit too, actually. This guy can come down a little bit. And you can come up maybe all the way, honestly. Yeah, not quite sure the timing. Maybe that should be, like, that is a triplet, right? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, 1 E ended. Yeah, so if we've got we got 2 of these grid spaces here. So 2 divided by 3 would be, well, 1 divided by 3 would be 0.3. Is that right? Wait. Yeah, 0.3 infinity. So then 2 of them would be 0.6. So basically we'll go a little past halfway here, and then we'll leave 0.6 remaining before the next note, and then cut you off right there. Cut you off right there. And let's hope that sounds right. It feels kind of stiff, to be honest, but I think that's also kind of the nature of working with MIDI. What if we quantize that one? I don't know. We'll think about it. On guitar, I'm going to do a little bend there, so that'll sound more natural. Plus, I'll be playing it not electronically. Yeah, that's fine. Bring you up. I feel like my edits got removed. What's going on here? Cool. Okay. Go ahead and save. Remember, save often. So there we go. We've got ourselves our keyboard. We've got our bass. Let's go ahead and name our tracks. We'll call this one, I guess, chords. They're not really chords, actually. They're dyads. We'll just call it high keys for now. I'm not sure what to call it. And then we'll call this one low keys. Right? Right, so here we go. Cool. Basically, this is going between E minor 7 and A major dominant 7. However, I'm feeling like this is probably it for the keys that I want to add. I'm definitely going to touch up this part, the high part. I'll show you what's going on. I guess we can do that now. Right, so this note's kind of sticking out to me. We can bring that one down. I think this way I can come up a little bit too. Maybe they can both come down, actually. I kind of like the softer tone. Maybe, yeah, somewhere in the 80s. Bring both these guys down. Cool. Now, let's go ahead and get our lengths, or you know what I'm saying. Yeah, our note length. optimized. Because I don't think we want it to be like this, for example. Oh, actually, a combination of that could be nice. What if we took these, cut them there? Ooh, that's nice. Right here. Chop that up, and then take these two, do the same thing. Dun, 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 dun. So the guitar part here goes B flat to C, right? So it'd be like adding these two notes. Which is when I'm listening to it right now while we're editing it, I'm like, oh, it's missing those notes. And then of course we put them in, it's like, ooh, that's what it's missing. Right. But I think I want to leave those for the guitar. So I'm going to leave those out for now, and then if it keeps bothering me, then we'll put those in. I would like these two to start together. I don't mind these ones starting separate, I think that's kind of cool. But I think that these should start together. And then go and chop off. Our band teacher in high school was like, cutoffs are so important, and they really are. I don't mind sloppy startings. I think that's part of the feel, you know, that's part of the feel. But ending on the cutoff, I think, is of the utmost importance, and I don't mind chopping off a MIDI note to make that happen. That's funny. It feels like it's the other way around, where the low note is starting first, but it's not. It's da-dum, da-dum. I like that. That's interesting. Sometimes I'll program little like differences like that if I don't play it myself. But I usually think to start the lowest note first. But I like that. Let's, just out of curiosity, what would happen if we did this? Nah, I like the other way better. And I'm feeling like I might want to chop this one off. Or maybe, just see if we can bring it in a little bit closer. Cool. And of course, chop these off. And I think, yeah, those just get yeeted into the abyss. There's a little bit of popping going on and ducking. I'm not sure where exactly that's coming from. I don't think that's this. I mean, there's these bars. It kind of looks like there's automation data going on, but there shouldn't be. Yeah, not that I can tell. So I don't know what's up with that. If someone does know what's going on, or thinks they know, I'm open to ideas to investigate. So I think I'm going to end it here for tonight, and then tomorrow we will pick up with recording guitar. So far, we have created our 8-bar loop of the core of our idea as translated to keyboard, right? So obviously I began actually on that guitar there. Everything's backwards. I gotta figure out how to turn my hand. So we have the core of our idea down. We have our 8-bar loop, right? So we have more instruments to record, right? We have more tracks to record, but more importantly, we need to figure out how we're going to go from this 8-bar loop to our song, right? So tomorrow, I'm not sure if I'm going to end this video here or if I will continue this video tomorrow, but either way, in a few seconds or in the next episode, we are going to actually focus on the songwriting as opposed to just getting our ideas down so we don't lose them, right? So that's it for tonight. I will either see you again in a few seconds, or I will see you in the next episode. Thank you so much for watching this far, and I hope to see you again. Good night.